Ned Stark was an honourable man, but did his honour get him killed too early in Game of Thrones? Welcome back, guys, to Fog Entertainment, back again with another Game of Thrones theory, and we're asking the question, was Eddard Stark killed too early? He dies in Season 1, he doesn't even make it to the finale, dies at the end of Episode 9, loses his head, loses his place in the show, and at that point I'm thinking he was billed as the number one character. He's the first name on the bill, and Ned Stark is probably the most prominent character in Season 1, and then by the time we get to the end of Episode 9, one swing of the sword and it's all over. Ned Stark is gone. So we put a poll up, was he killed too early? There was 229 votes, and it was very similar to the poll we put up with Khal Drogo. 81% said he was killed off too early, yes, and 19% said no, he wasn't killed off too early, he was killed off at the right time. And again, I think it depends on how you look at it. If you enjoy Sean Bean, if you enjoyed the Ned Stark character, then you want him to last longer, you want him to be around for multiple seasons. But if you look at the story and what happens next, and for the rivalry and for the war to go on, then there probably needs to be a casualty, and that casualty probably needs to be Ned Stark. So depends on how you look at it. If you like Ned Stark, then you probably want him to be around later on. But if you look at it from a realistic standpoint and did it help the story, then I think you can make a case that he wasn't killed off too early. He was killed off at the right time. A little bit similar, in my opinion, to Shane for The Walking Dead. Loved Shane, thought he was the best character. Would have loved to have seen him in the show for more than 2 seasons. But when you think about it, storyline-wise, did him dying at that point, was it the right choice? Did it help Rick's development as a character? Probably. So, depends on what way you look at it. But yeah, 229 votes, 81% said Ned Stark was killed off too early. What do you say?
I've kind of got 2 answers. One is, you know what, the guy was built as the main character, so I think it was absolutely too early from that point of view. Got a great actor, and I think there was a lot more for him to do. But I'm actually going to say he was actually not killed off early enough. And you know why I'm going to say this, right? Because see, a guy this naive, he shouldn't have been making it into his 40s. This guy shouldn't have been making it
He shouldn't have been in the premiere.
He shouldn't have been in it, no. Like, obviously...
He should have been on a flashback for about 10 years ago where he killed off screen.
See, as soon as he sits down with Cersei and says, hey, I'm letting you leave, she should have whipped out a shot-off shotgun or something and dropped him. I know we don't have shot-off shotguns in Game of Thrones, but honestly, I'm not saying he should have died in like episode 6, even though I kind of just said that, but for me, Ned's only got himself to blame. I'm not going to change my tune because I like the guy, and he probably was my favourite character for season 1, but I can't spin it. I've never seen a show where a guy's died and a lot of people are uproared about it, but I'm sitting there thinking, but he had to die. Look how naive he was. Like, we got to look at Joffrey's point of view as well. Like, he didn't even know the half of it. He's looked at as a guy that's committed treason.
Yeah, he thought Ned Stark was a legit traitor.
Aye. Obviously, when Cersei realised, oh, no, Joffrey, don't kill him. But Joffrey's having to act as a king. He's going to have to do that. If Joffrey knew the real reason, I'm not saying he might have spared them. But the reality is, I think Ned had to go. It would have been complete plot armour keeping them alive.
Although you could argue, if he knows the real reason, it gives him even more reason to kill him. To try and keep his little secret.
Aye.
Try and protect the truth. But anyway, yeah, so what are you saying that... No, are you
I'm going to agree. I'm not going to say...
With the minority, the 19% that said no?
Yeah, I'm going to agree with that.
So 19% of people said no,
the script
he wasn't killed too early.
No, I think it was just about... Maybe if you want to save it for the actual finale, I'll accept. But what people are really talking about is, like, why didn't he make it to, like, season 4, 5 sort of thing?
Hold on here. I would have took season 2. You're jumping into season 4 and 5.
Well, you know what I mean. Season 1, episode 9's early. But in my opinion, it's right on the money.
So you think it's right on the money?
See once he had that spear in the back of his leg at the end of episode 5 or 6, was it?
It was a dead man walking.
Aye,
well, dead man limping.
At that point,
dead man
you're
limping.
lucky you got like 3 episodes out of him.
Aye, well, I suppose he did spend the majority of the episodes just sitting in a chamber, sitting on his ass. Anyway, let's get into the comments, see what you guys said. Ghostwriter says, to the best of my understanding, Ned's death, while technically not the linchpin that set the whole Game of Thrones in motion, certainly felt like it. And so I have a hard time saying anything other than he was a good man and died exactly when he was supposed to, for the sake of striking the match to light the proverbial powder keg. So, pretty much agree with that. I think he probably had to die at that point in time. made sense. I mean, I like him, and I would have liked to have seen Ned Stark in the show longer. But I mean, sometimes just because you got a great character, it doesn't mean that they should stick around forever. Because we've seen shows that have had good characters, and they just keep them around forever, and then that good character just turns into a not so good character. So, yeah, no, it probably made sense for Ned to perish at that point. Otto says everyone loves Ned Stark, so yes, in that case, I would love to have seen more of him. But his death was very important for the story. So in that case, I must say no. He did not do that. He did not die too early. So looks like we're all in agreement here. We all seem to like Ned. We all seem to acknowledge that he is one, if not the best characters in the show. But at the same time, we're all saying no. He kind of met his demise when it made sense for him to do so, and that he probably died at the right time. So we seem to be all in agreement with that. And yeah, no, I think that's true.
You look at TV shows, right? What I like about this, they put him in a situation that he shouldn't really have escaped. And he didn't. I hate TV shows,
now,
right?
if this was The Walking Dead and this was Rick Grimes, he'd have broke out and took down the entire King's Landing.
I do hate TV shows when they have like a main character or like A-lister and they put them in these situations where they shouldn't get out of it. And you know, even if he lived here, right, it's not like he's come out of it unscathed. He's probably going to be a prisoner or whatever. You know, have to lick Joffrey's toes or some weird shit they would have done these days. But the reality is he had to go, and other shows would have just, you know, he would have bust out here and chopped the Mountain's head off and then, you know, I don't know, raped the fucking hound right in front of everyone or something. But good thing is he died, even though it shouldn't have happened. But I can see why it happened this early. It's right on the money.
Right on the money, guys. Anyway, that's it. Let us know what you think, and we'll catch you in the next one. But yeah, Ned Stark, great character, but I mean, I don't think he had much of a shelf life in season 2, and he probably died at around the correct time. So that's it, guys. Catch you in the next one. Until then, peace.